Hi everyone. So today I am going to talk about Russian and German language, the difference between both of them, and why you should learn either of these languages. So let's start with talking about the language family they belong to. So Russian belongs to a language family called Slavic languages. Other languages that belong to this group is also Ukrainian and Polish language. If you are familiar with Russian language a bit, and also have seen Ukrainian text, you will see that they look very similar to Russian, but then there's still that difference. While German belongs to a family of languages called Germanic languages, along with English language and Dutch. Yeah, that's why if you see an old English text, it is very, very similar to German language. How are these two languages similar? Well, both languages have case system. German has 4 case systems: nominative, dative, genitive, and accusative, while Russian has 6 case systems, these 4 that I've mentioned previously, and an additional instrumental case and prepositional case. Now, what is nominative? Just like in English, when you say, I am something, that I is nominative. The nominative normally talks about the person, the subject performing the action. Yeah, while accusative is normally talking about the object. I have a dog. I in this sentence is the nominative, while the dog is the accusative in this case. Then dative. Dative is like the indirect object in a sentence. Yeah, I gave my sister some money. I is the subject, that is nominative, while the sister I gave, I'm performing that action on my sister. My sister is dative. And what action did I perform on her? I gave her money. So that money is the accusative in this case. Then what is genitive? Genitive mostly is used to describe a possession, to show possession of an item to somebody. My mother's dog. Mother's dog. That is the genitive case there. Instrumental case in Russian, you used to talk about when you want to say you're with somebody, you're star boy. Number 2 similarity we're going to talk about is grammatical gender. These two languages assign genders to nouns. Yeah. So, in English, we don't have this, but in Russian and German, a noun can either be male, female, or that is the neutral. That one is not male or is not female. Then the next thing is verb conjugation. These two languages conjugate their verbs. It might be like this is not worth noting, but it is, because there are actually languages that do not have verb conjugation. Now, what is verb conjugation? Just like in English, when you say I am, you are, they are, we are. You don't say I is. Once you say I is, problem don't be that. So it's grammatically incorrect. You cannot say I are. You cannot say we is. So these two languages, they have something like that. Ich bin, du bist, and so on. That's German. Then the next thing they have in common is compound words. These two languages, they like to bring two words together to merge together and form a new word. And most of the time, it is very, very long. It's long. I had a classmate that he said that when he was deciding to study whether German or Russian, the sole reason why he went for Russian is because German had one very long word to describe pen, and that is Kugelschreiber. Yeah. So German has long words. Russian do too, but I think German has it on the higher side. So the last but not the least similarities these two languages have is that they have distinctive words for you to describe you in formal and you in formal situation. In English, you is you. No matter who you are talking to, whether you are talking to your boss, whether you are referring to somebody you respect, whether you are referring to an elder, you just say you. But in Russian and German, they have different words to showcase this. So for informal in German, you say du. For formal, you say sie. While in Russian, you say ti. For informal, you say вы. For formal. And you also use this formal for plural form. Yeah. Now, I think that's basically it for the similarities that these two languages have. Now, let's go on to the dissimilarities, the differences between them. Number 1, the alphabets are totally different. German use alphabets that are the same. Let me just use the word. Very similar to English. While Russian uses Cyrillic alphabets. The way they are written is different from the way alphabets are written in English. And they also have sounds that doesn't exist in English. Just like when you say journal. J This sound does not exist in English. It does not exist in German. Another thing worth of note in German alphabet is that they have this what they call umlaut. When A has an umlaut, it changes the sound to A. When O has an umlaut, it changes it to O. When U or U has an umlaut, it changes it to U. Then obviously pronunciation are different. The language is different. The alphabet is different. So the pronunciation is different. German has more vowels, while Russian has more of soft and hard consonants, which can also change the meaning of the words when they are added to a word. Then the next thing is the word order. Russian is a bit flexible with their word order. Yeah. You can decide to say, I love you. You can say, ya lublю тебя. That's literally, I love you. You can say, тебя я люблю. You, I love. So you can interchange. There is no strict word order that this one has to come after this. But German is totally different. There is the word order. Like, you just have to put it that way. Like, example, when you say esse, then Apfel. You cannot say the Apfel, S-H. Like, it's not like it's wrong, but German has a strict sentence order, subject, verb, object. So you just have to put it that way. And then also, German is very particular about capital letters. You are writing and your nouns are not in capital letter, -1, -5 marks. Yeah. So this one is really strict in German, but I've not really experienced that in Russia. It's not like they don't, of course you should capitalize your nouns, but it is not as strict as it is in German. The next amazing thing, which I think is amazing, is that Russian does not have articles. Articles are basically the. In English, you say the, what, the, that, but Russian does not have that. While German does, the, das, and there. And then they're also genderized, like the one you have in German. They have gender. Der is masculine, die is feminine, and das is neuter. For example, we say, das Buch, the book. This is just the book. You cannot just say book. You have to say das Buch. The Tasche, the bag. You cannot just say Tasche. Of course, when you say Tasche, somebody knows what you're saying, but you better say the Tasche. Okay, another difference that they have, I mentioned earlier as a similarity is their case systems. Russian has 6, while German has 4. So Russian added extra 2. Like they said, Kawala is not enough. Let's add 2 on top of it. But then those 2 extra cases are pretty easy. Prepositional case is basically used to show the location of things. Like, I'm sitting on the bed now. The bed have to be in prepositional case. Yeah. Or I am in the school have to be in prepositional case, just to show the location of something, where something is situated at that moment. That's the end of my video. And if you want to learn a foreign language today, then stop wasting time. You need to start today. It is never too late, no matter how old you are, but the earlier, the better. You are absolutely going to enjoy it. Just free your mind and enjoy the entire process. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a good day. See you next time.